Jim, how do you go about kind of refilling your pill carriers / your containers, and how do you make sure that you're being exactly precise and accurate with that? Basically, I answer that question by saying in the beginning, I didn't use a pill carrier of any sort. As a matter of fact, the bottles that my medications came in, that is pretty much what I started with. I took every single bottle, every single day, 3 times a day in the beginning, so morning, midday, and evening, and I opened up those bottles individually, reached inside and got out just the pills that I needed. Basically took and stacked those in one of these lids, like they give you a cup in the hospital. But it took and stacked it in kind of the first lid I had, went through and did that day by day. And the reason I did that was really several fold. One, it allowed me the really easy ability to kind of learn my medications, because every time I took my medications, again, 3 times a day, I was reminded of my medications and how to identify them, because I picked it up, I saw the physical label, I saw the name, the use, whatever, and then of course in seeing the pill itself on the inside, I became very in tune with recognizing that pill and being able to take it. One of the other benefits that I did find in doing that was the fact that I kind of minimized mistakes, because I was doing this every day, 3 times a day. There wasn't any real way to multiply or intensify a mistake like you could possibly do with a pill box or a pill carrier or something like this, especially if you're doing a week or 2 weeks, or I even know people who do an entire month's supply. If you make a mistake in one day, in one moment, filling those pill carriers, and then you don't really go back and look at that after the fact, you're just kind of sliding those pill carriers open, popping those pills, that mistake is amplified and can really get bad really, really quick. And I'll be totally honest with you, I've actually lost a friend of mine. They constantly took the wrong pill without knowing it, and it caused them eventually to go in rejection, and they're no longer with us. So you just got to be really careful with that sort of thing. That's why in the beginning, at least, really I don't encourage anyone to use a pill box. I encourage them, at least for a period, maybe it's just for the first month, but to take them straight out of the bottle. That way you do get to learn those medications, be able to identify them, and go with that. In addition to that, if there is a medication that you are running low on, by going back to those pill bottles every time, you'll immediately see that, and you'll be reminded of that. This particular pill bottle has 4 pills left in it. That's all, just these 4. And so every time that I go to take my medication, I'm reminded, yeah, there's 4 pills there. And if you're doing the pills every single day straight out of the bottle, because I may not notice it tonight, this is a sleeping pill, by the way, but I may not notice it tonight, but as I go tomorrow, I'm going to look and see the same empty bottle. On the 3rd day, the same empty bottle. The 4th day, the completely empty bottle. I'm going to receive 4 chances in this case of remembering to order that pills. However, once you get past that point where you feel comfortable with that, if and when you decide, like I have, to start using some type of pill carrier itself, the ones I'm using and recommending, I've done a full review on. I love it. My wife uses it. My sister-in-law, pretty much everybody in my family now uses the same type of pill carrier. I'll link it up here in the description below if you want to check it out. But basically, it's a really nice thing. It's just those little plastic bottles like you always see, but as opposed to having the flippy doors, this has a sliding, if I can get it to see here, if I can figure it out. There we go. It's got a sliding mechanism, see, that opens up. And so we've got it labeled on the end. This is Tuesday's dose. On the front, we've got morning, noon, midday, and evening doses, so 4 different slots. And of course, you can only slide, or I just slide exactly the portion that I need open, leave this covered, and therefore I can pop these straight out of there. Now, the benefit, again, is the quality of the case. It is the fact that all 7 days of mine fit into this kind of leatherette type of a package. I'm actually sitting here fixing my medications while I thought to do this, so they're not all ready yet, but sits in this package, and then you close it up, and you got all 7 days right here. Very small, smaller than my hand, so compact, but there are benefits in that. Now, as far as how I fill them up, the way that I do mine, and this is kind of the main question, I basically, assuming that they're empty, I slide these open to show the morning / midday dosage, but I will take all of my pill bottles out of my larger carrier. This is an old CPAP bag, so it's huge. I just spilled some. But anyway, I take all of my bottles out, basically every single one of them, whether it's a supplement or a main type medication. I take them all out. I sit them right beside me. Now, as you can figure already from looking around the room, I'm sitting in the floor because I've got small children, and if I drop a pill, I don't need it dropping from the top of a table, bouncing and rolling everywhere. I need to be able to find it quickly. Hopefully I won't drop any today, but I put basically all of my pills over to one side in the floor, put my pill carrier straight in front of me like I've got them here. All of them are here, either being loaded or getting ready to be loaded. But I put them in the floor, and what I'll do is I'll grab each bottle. I'll look at that bottle, identify what it is. This happens to be my magnesium supplement. I'll grab what I need to take and pick and fill those pill carriers. And then as soon as I get that done, magnesium is done, I set it to the other side. So I move it from here, the unloaded, to here on the loaded side, and I set it to the other side. I go through all of my pills that way. Again, they're all to my right. They're going to move all to my left. If it's a PM dose only, same thing. I grab it, I put it over here, move it to the other side. That was loud, but I move it to the other side. Then that's got my warning done. I've gone through, I have seen each bottle, I've read each label, I've identified each pill, I put them in the slots where they need to be, and I confirm that I've done a medication because of the fact when I look to my left or my right, I say, okay, these are all gone now on my right. This is all here. That means they're in these carriers right where they need to be. I do the exact reverse, going back to the PM dose, but now moving them all back over one at a time, and again grabbing the medications that I need and basically turning down the ones that I don't, drop them in the carriers, and then the end result here, if I can slide all these closed, is that I have 1 week's worth. I don't do more than a week. You can make your choice for that, but I don't do more than a week. I have 1 week's worth of medication prepared and ready to go, color-coded, day-coded, ready to go back in the little pouch, and an entire week is ready. And then when I get ready to take my medication, it's lickety split and it's quick. Again, I can slide one of these open. If I had my water with me, I could go ahead and take this because I need to take it right now. But I just take the Monday slot, slide it open, turn it up. About 2 tablespoons of water is enough for me. Yeah, I know that's impressive. I have taken as much as 26 pills at a time with no water. Don't advise that, but I was in a tight. But yeah, go ahead and pop those in, move on with my day, put it back in. And of course, by using the pill carrier, I can confirm whether or not I have taken my morning or my evening dose by just checking it. So there is some built-in benefit to using these. I didn't really put them back in there right, they're falling. But I will put this in the description and link up here to see that review as well as to purchase the product. If you're interested, you don't have to. I just think because it doesn't have the flippy doors, has a sliding mechanism, you just don't have that popping open on you like you do in other cases. Nonetheless, it is bright and early. I can't even talk today. It is bright and early in the morning. It was time to set up my medication for the week, and it is done, but I did want to share that with you. That's how I go about it.